It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? The Geno Jones Show. I'm coming to you live. Bam! Hey, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern if you're in Chicago. About 5:30, 5:31 out on the West Coast, out in Los Angeles or the Bay Area, up in Portland, Seattle. It is 3:30, like 3:30-ish, 3:31. Subscribe. Now, do me a favor. Support my media company. It's important that we have black-owned media because nobody is going to tell our story like us and tell all of it and tell it right. So, ownership in black media is really important. Thank you for your support. So tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show channel. My goal is to get an additional new goal for 1,000 new subscribers that will help my media company grow. And that'll help me get some of that YouTube money, get some of that Club Shay Shannon Sharp, his little YouTube show. Yeah, I'm going for that. I'm going for those numbers and for that check, that money. I don't want to take Shannon's. I want to get my own. So you got Club Shay, we got Club GG, the Geno Jones Show, if you know what I'm saying, right? Also, please leave your comments here. Every episode, last night was fire. Shout out to Akila Carson, my number one guest co-host on Friday. We did a special Monday edition along with former South Carolina State Representative, and she is also an author. Her pen name, Nicole Spencer. I am talking about Crystal Matthews, who works with the city of Hollywood, South Carolina. Talking about Vice President Kamala Harris, soon to be president. It was an amazing conversation. It went well over an hour. Yeah, actually, almost about 90 minutes. It was a great conversation. Make sure you go back and binge watch it last night. Please leave your comments on that show, on this show, and every episode. All right? So, I thought I was going to have a guest today, but apparently not. But that's okay. We're going to keep it moving. Celebrating birthdays today. Shout out to the birthday folks, July 23rd. So, it was Cancer. So, I think was it Virgo or Libra? No, I think Libra and Virgo. Anyway, happy birthday today. Marlon Wayans, yes, comedian, actor, funny man from one of the funniest families in the history of humankind. Marlon Wayans, 52 today, from Destiny's Child, and she's a gospel star, gospel singer, and a star. Michelle Williams, repping Chi-Town. I think Michelle's from the South Side, right? Repping the 312-773-708. Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child and solo gospel artist, solo gospel star. Michelle Williams is 44 today. 53 today is Mr. Dalvin from Jodeci. Mr. Dalvin the Great, because you got Mr. Dalvin and Devontae, they're brothers, and then you got Casey and JoJo, they're brothers. So Mr. Dalvin, happy 53rd birthday from Jodeci today. Speaking of R&B singers, how about an R&B superstar? Happy double nickel today, 55, double nickel, Kim. Celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, Kim. And Eric LaSalle. Who is Eric LaSalle? We all remember the movie Coming to America. You had Lisa McDowell, and the brother who Lisa McDowell's character was Lisa McDowell was the character, and then Eric LaSalle's character was the brother who was supposed to marry Lisa McDowell, but until Prince Akeem came in, a.k.a. Eddie Murphy, and swept her off her feet. Also, Eric LaSalle was in ER for a while, so he was on ER as a doctor from 94 to 2002, so that's almost 10 years, 8 years, and then again he came back in 2008 and 2009, so then he came back for like one more year. Eric LaSalle, 62 today, so everybody celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday. Now, if you are a fan of Hood Rat, Ratchet Reality TV, and I'm not judging you, because sometimes you need a break. Mine is USA Basketball, or maybe MSNBC, or just maybe one of these movie channels. But hey, I'm not knocking your hustle or whatever, however you need to unplug and unwind in this crazy world. And unfortunately, it's not even a crazy story. It is a nightmare of a story. Stuff like this will make you watch, and I'll tell you what that is at the end of the show. It'll make you watch some ratchet reality TV. So, fans of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, yes, the season premiere is tonight. All of your favorite ratchet characters. As a matter of fact, so there's going to be a hip hop album with this season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Music, Spice. These are everybody that's on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Spice and Rashida, let's see, Saucy Santana, and a whole lot more. I know y'all saying, Spice? Spice is like reggae. She's like a reggae dance all-star. Rashida, Saucy Santana, this hip-hop dude representing the LGBTQ community, he is, he's special. I gotta keep it 1,000. Saucy is special. He really is. He's tight with the City Girls, Young Miami, and JT. So anyway, so they got this group album that they're going to release is coming out. And then a lot of them are still doing their own solo projects. So tonight is the night. If you love some ratchet reality TV, oh, you're going to fall in love all over again. All right. Once again, if you're watching me live, please, you can say hi. If you got a question or comment or whatever, feel free to jump in my chat room when I'm on camera, and you can post whatever you want to post. I can read it on camera. I'll talk to you. We'll have a conversation or debate. And don't forget, leave your comments at the end of the show. So, in Kamala and Vice President, put some respect on her name, and it's Kamala, like Kama. It ain't Kamala and none of that. Stop playing with Vice President Harris's name. Stop with all the racism and the misogyny and the self-hate and the sexism. Look, stop it, because we're not doing that. We're not going to tolerate it. So I know some of you are going to do it anyway, but I'm calling you out. I'm going to call bullshit on each and every one of you, and I'm going to name check you also. I digress. But so Beyonce has given her blessing to Vice President Kamala Harris to use her song Freedom. So shout out to the Queen Bee, Beyonce. Shout out to, in the political world, the Senate Majority Leader, so the head of the Senate, Democrats have control of the Senate, Chuck Schumer, and the House of Representatives leader, they call Minority Leader because the MAGA cult controls the House of Representatives, but the Democrats leader in the House, and they call him House Minority Leader. Brother Hakeem Jeffries from New York City, they endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris today with bells on. They were so excited. And there's a sense of hope and optimism. I mean, I'm hearing it in conversations. I hear it on radio. I see it on TV. Just walking down the street, there's a sense of optimism with Vice President Harris, who, by the way, officially has the delegates to be selected, the nominee, or she will be the standard bearer. So she will be the nominee officially for the Democratic Party for president. So she has secured basically all the delegates that she needs. That was done overnight last night. So it's just a mere formality. So probably in about a week or so. So the convention starts like August 19th. So before that, they'll get together, and I guess they'll have like a formal vote before they actually go to Chicago, where the convention is, where they will officially do the roll call and get all the votes. And then when they get to the convention, it's more like a formality. They'll basically have this vote again, but they'll have it in public in front of 50, 100 million people or more watching, because you're going to have people really watching all over the globe. And they will officially nominate Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic Party's nominee to be president of the United States. So shout out to everybody from Beyonce and shout out to the brothers, the black men. We stood up. As a matter of fact, shout out to Roland Martin. So there was a call. He was one of the architects, along with a couple other brothers whose name I don't have in front of me. I can't remember, so I don't want to screw it up. But everybody that was involved in organizing this call for black men to join, because Sunday night you had like 45,000 black women join a call. So if you saw last night's show, Keela Carson and Crystal Matthews, they have been on. They've been a part of these calls that have been going on, I guess, for months now. Every Sunday, 300 to 500 black women across America, black women that are just, trying to help the culture and the community and the country. So they would get together and have conversations. So that one call Sunday night, where normally you might get 500 black women nationwide, got 45,000 black women, and they raised $1.5 million in like 4 hours. I think they raised, in 4 hours, I think they raised like $1 million. And then I think the total that they raised was 1.5 million. Well, last night the brothers stood 10 toes down and stood up. So shout out to all the black men. Actually, there was so many people trying to get in on the call, it took a while. So my show went 90 minutes last night. So right after 8 o'clock, I signed off. I tried to jump on the call. It took me almost an hour and a half to finally be able to get through on the call. So apparently you had like, what was the last number I saw? 45,000 black men joined the call I saw last night and raised $1.3 million. So between black men and black women, roughly in a 24-hour span, raised virtually $3 million. So when I say that we've got the power, we the people, and this money, and then not to mention, so there is a Democratic organization, fundraising organization called Act Blue, where you could go and donate money. So after President Biden said he was going to step down and not run, and he endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, apparently the Act Blue site up to now has collected in small donations, not billionaires giving $45 million a month like Elon Musk said he's going to be giving Orange Hitler. Smaller donations, $10, $20, $50, $100, maybe $500. But small donations, some 20s and 50s and hundreds, $10, $5. As of now, they're right around 100 million. Do you hear what I'm saying? $100 million. The last number I heard, it was over 880,000 individual small donors that went to the site Act Blue to donate money to Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign. I've been saying this on the show, guys. I've been saying it for over a year. I've been 3.5 years I've been doing this show. October will be year 4, will mark the 4th year of the Geno Jones Show live 5 days a week. And I've been saying it all along. We have the power. And this MAGA cult and this racist, white Christian nationalist, misogynistic, sexist, homophobic, small cabal of primarily white men who want to continue to divide us by using race and gender and sexual orientation. I've said all along, fear, hatred, bigotry, and ignorance is big business. It's big business. It always has been. and it's been used for centuries. But they are afraid that if we collectively, because there's more people who are just decent, people with compassion, empathy, humanity, who just want to live their best life, who just want their kids and grandkids to live their best life, that's not messing with nobody. I don't want nothing that you have. I don't want to hate on you. I don't want to wish you ill. Now, there's some people that push that, and we're going to have a conversation. There's some, I might have to ask God for, like, a mulligan. God, when I tell you about the story in Springfield, Illinois, I'm like, I don't know, God, I might need your help. You're going to have to give me a mulligan. You're probably not in the business, but then you forgive, too. But my point is, especially as collectively, we as Black Americans, I've been saying for over 3 years, 3.5 years, America is fortunate that Black people collectively never wanted revenge. We really just wanted to be left alone. We wanted opportunity and not to be discriminated against and have laws that were written to discriminate against us and to limit out our opportunity. Collectively, I don't want what you have. I don't want yours. If you had something that I say, oh, that's nice, I don't want yours. Get out of my way and I'll get it my damn self. We've done it. We've done it in the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and so many other cities, thriving Black communities back in the early teens and 1920s, and hateful races burned down, bombed communities like the Greenwood district in Tulsa, race massacres, 1919 in Chicago and Detroit and all across America that hated us, that bombed our churches with babies inside while they were attending Sunday school. Come on. If Black people, if Black Americans, if my grandfather, who was born in a little small rural town, Yazoo City, Mississippi in 1888, who served in World War I, and my grandmother was born in a small town, Arkadelphia, Arkansas, I think in the early 19 teens, if they, just imagine all the racism and the lynching and murders and rape, all the things they witnessed and how they survived it. How my grandfather, raised by a single mother who was disabled, he had one leg that was shorter than the other, was raising him and his two younger brothers. He had to navigate all the racism and the Jim Crow and the hate, and to make it out of Yazoo City, Mississippi, and met my grandmother, and they migrated to Chicago in the early 40s and the 40s, like millions of African Americans, our grandparents and great grandparents did. And he didn't want revenge because he would always teach me not to hate white people collectively. He taught me to judge people based on how that individual treats you. If he had the compassion and empathy and decency to forgive people who, I gotta be honest, he's better than me. I don't have it in me. Now you could make an argument, I've got it in me because he had it. Well, I know me. I don't have it in me. So, yeah, it would have been a problem. They probably would have got rid of me at an early age. I probably would have never saw 30, but I'd have made sure some folks joined me. But that's a whole nother conversation because I'm not going down that road. I don't want to project that energy. But the point I'm trying to make is that we collectively, those of us that just want to live, all we want to do is live, leave us alone, let us live our best life. If we're in a position to allow God to use us as a vessel to be a blessing to other people, then let us do that. And folks is going to hate and be envious and jealous, envious and jealous, and, backbiting and keep shit going. And there's always going to be people. Let them have at that. Let them put that energy out in the universe. Because once again, I'm going to say it again. Karma is real. You don't have to believe in a higher power. You don't have to believe in God, Jesus, the Pope, Abraham, Muhammad, Buddha, none of it. But we all, our spirit, we have a spirit, and our spirit is energy. It's the energy that we release out into the world. So whatever you believe or don't believe, I guarantee you, you can take this to the bank and cash it. The energy that you send out into the world will return. Eventually, it's going to return back to you because it is your energy, and that is what karma is. And it might take a long time. You may think that you're invincible and nobody can stop you, and you can treat people horribly like shit and mistreat them and abuse them and beat on them, kill them, deny them opportunity. You can do that for a long time. Live good materialistically. But contraire mon faire. Don't worry. That karma will catch up with you. The energy that you put out into the universe, it will always find its way back to you. It'll find its way home. And home is you. The energy, it came from you. And it's going to find its way back to you. Good or bad. Shout out to my radio sister, Savannah J. Shout out to her mom, rest in peace, to her mother, Modestine Martin. And Savannah would always say, her mom would say, what you do, it ain't behind you, it's in front of you. And you just hadn't run into it yet. Words of wisdom. So shout out to Vice President Kamala Harris. Shout out to the brothers last night that repped 45,000 on the call. There's another call tonight, but I didn't get that link because I was going to try to join that call tonight. $100 million already raised by Vice President Kamala Harris and the Act Blue organization. I guess all the different official sites to where the Vice President is raising money or people are raising money for Vice President Kamala Harris at $100 million. And don't worry, Vice President, I got you Friday on payday. I had to hold out some things. I got a couple calls in the last 24 hours. So, you know, I had some money that went out last night, got some more going out tomorrow. So don't worry, hold on, I got you. I'll be making a donation, I promise you, on payday. You know, I'm gonna pay these folks. I got some bills to pay, but I got you. I promise you. So you got a donation coming from me on Friday. And I'm sure a lot of people that get paid on Friday, like, okay, I couldn't get you Sunday, or I couldn't get you last night, or, you know, maybe not tonight, Vice President, but we got you. Friday's only a couple days away. We got you. We know exactly where to go. Hey, once again, if you're watching the show live, please jump into the conversation in my chat room. Shout to my number one fan, my executive producer, my mother, Mary Dixon. Hey, Jabari Fields, how are you? Thank you for watching, Jabari. Please leave your comments in the comment section at the end of the show. But if you got a comment or a question, Jabari, please post it in the chat room. You and my mom, thank you for watching. So let me make a real hard segue, a hard pivot. And so you probably, maybe or maybe not, you haven't heard the story. And you see I'm struggling to even talk about it. But if you haven't heard about the story, then you'll understand why. So if you haven't seen the video, which that's a whole nother story. There was a woman named Sonia Massey, only 36 years old. She was a mother of two, small in stature, about 5'1", 110 pounds, unarmed, in her home in Springfield, Illinois, which is, Springfield is, what, about 2 miles? Just, you know, it's south of Chicago, but I digress. So Sonia Massey, a 36-year-old mother of two, black woman, unarmed in her own house in Springfield, Illinois, called the sheriff's deputy for the county that Springfield, Illinois is in, because she thought that there was a prowler that was near her home. So she calls the sheriff's deputies, and there's one sheriff's deputy named Sean, because I'm name checking him, Sean Grayson, a 6'5", 260-pound, young-looking white dude. He looked like he may have been 30, maybe early 30s at the most. Had to be somewhere in his early, I'd say right around 30, maybe at the most mid-30s. So he and another sheriff's deputy show up to Sonia Massey's house because she called the sheriff's deputies because she was afraid that there was a prowler near her home. And there's a video, there's a body cam video. You see the officers walk into the woman's home. She's sitting down on her couch. She's got on this long white gown, and I guess she's got like a little nightcap or something on her head. She's in her own home. And she calls the police. So the police who are paid to serve and protect people like Sonia Massey show up at her home. They're asking her for ID, so she's like in her own home now. So they got her going, so she, looking for ID. Then apparently, so she had some water in a pot. She was boiling some water, I guess, when she was calling the police. So she goes over to make sure that, I guess, that she didn't, the water, there's still water in the pot, because she's not trying to burn up the pot and have the house smoking. So she goes over to the pot to take the pot off of one of the eyes that's lit, to put it on an eye that's unlit so the pot of water can cool down. And then the energy changes with the sheriff, and, the sheriff says something to the effect, and then this happens. Speaking of your energy and your spirit, then Sonia Massey must have felt a demonic, and I'm just going to call it like it is. She must have felt an evil, demonic, satanic spirit. And when I tell you what happened next, then you'll understand why I said this. Keep in mind, woman in her own home, 5'1", 110 pounds, in a white nightgown and a bonnet on, calls the police, the sheriff's deputies, because she was afraid she might have heard a prowler. And the police show up to her house. They're interrogating her. They're asking her for ID. Then she goes out of the living room into her kitchen to take the pot of boiling water to move it. And Sonia Massey felt this evil, demonic spirit, and she says the last thing that this woman, the last words that Sonia Massey ever uttered, the last things that she said alive was, and I quote, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Those were the last words ever spoken by 36-year-old Sonia Massey. Immediately after that, Mr. Sean Grayson, all 6'5" and 260 pounds, gun drawn, partner, gun drawn, walks. So there's her living room. There's almost like a little counter. Now, Sonia Massey never takes the pot, approaches the officer, makes a motion like she's going to throw it at him. She's moving it from one eye to the other. You don't have to take my word for it. You can see the video right now, but I got to warn you, it's probably really going to trigger you, because I watched it a couple times, and it has really taken me to a dark, dark place. So after Sonia Massey says to Sean Grayson, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Sean Grayson walks around the counter that separates the living room from the kitchen. Put the pot down. This is Sean Grayson. Put the pot down, or I'll shoot you in your effing in your head. Put the pot down. She ducks down. She's ducking down. She's not trying to. She is trying to duck down to protect herself. Pam, pam, pam. Sean Grayson executes Sonia Massey. He executed the woman, shot her, sent her mass in her head. Then this evil bastard would not even allow his partner to go get first aid. The partner, all this is on video, so don't take my word for it. You can see it for yourself. But I gotta warn you, there's really a good chance that it will trigger you and take you to a real dark place, like it's taken me. The other police officer goes to the car to get first aid, and basically he says, no need for that. It's a headshot. It was a headshot. You could hear Sean Grayson says no need for that. It's a headshot. You can go get it. But she's done. Paraphrasing. It's a headshot. He keeps saying it was a headshot, like he's bragging. And then afterwards, when other officers show up, you know what this evil bastard, this demonic Satan's disciple, Sean Grayson, I said it and I meant it and I meant it and I said it. After executing this black woman for no good reason, outside of scary punk ass, you 6'5" and 260, and the woman is on the floor ducking down. You afraid she's gonna throw some hot water on you? He walked toward Sonia Massey. He was on the other side of the house, on the other side of like a countertop in the living room. He approaches, he walks toward, around the countertop, approaches towards Sonia Massey so he could get a better shot, and he shoots her 3 times, and he shot her in her head, sent her mass, and she dies. And then this Satan's disciple, this demonic evil bastard, afterwards says to other officers to show up, and I'm gonna say exactly what he said because this is reported. As a matter of fact, you can pull the video. CBS News, CBS Morning News, Gayle King interviewed her father, Sonia Massey's dad, who had quadruple bypass surgery and congestive heart failure, that said his old heart could not have survived this execution of his daughter. He's got 3 now. He had 4 daughters until Sonia Massey, 36, who's basically the same age as my oldest daughter, was executed. And it's on tape for the world to see. And the last words that man heard his daughter say, her very last words were, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And unfortunately, Jesus didn't save her because Satan's disciple executed her. And then he went outside and told other officers the bitch was crazy, quote unquote. His words. An unarmed woman, less than half his size, because she moved a pot of boiling hot water from one eye to another eye. Not that she lifted it up and acted like she was going to toss it and throw it at him. Because she told Satan's disciple, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, because at that moment, she apparently felt his spirit. I could feel it looking at the video. His whole energy, his tone, you could hear Satan in his voice. You could hear the demon in his voice. And said that the bitch was crazy. A woman who he executed for no good reason outside of whatever hatred, whatever level of sick, demonic hatred that he had in his heart. These forces are out here. We're living in some precarious times. In one moment, there's a sense of relief, there's a sense of excitement and enthusiasm all across America. Black women, black men, white women, Swifties, who organically, without Taylor Swift telling them to do it, I heard Sunday night, went online with a hashtag, Swifties for Harris, young white women who understand that Project 2025 basically will strip them of all of their rights. You already have 20 states where women, their body is a product of that state. They have passed laws where women don't have full control and autonomy of their own body. And that same sick, misogynistic, sexist, evil, hateful, bigoted, racist ideology and mentality and spirit was the same spirit that Sean Grayson displayed when he executed a 36-year-old black woman, mother of two 17 and 15-year-olds, Sonia Massey, because she called him because he is paid, his salary was paid or is paid by people like Sonia Massey. And his only job is to serve and protect everybody. And if you can't serve and protect everybody without the hatred and the demonic spirit and the racism and the misogyny and sexism, and I don't want to hear, if you're watching me and you're saying, well, Geno, how do you don't know what's in a man's heart? Bullshit, I know. You know how I can know? Because I can see it and I can hear it. And I can feel the spirit without seeing it. And Sonia Massey, she had the same instincts. She felt that spirit, that evil, hateful, demonic spirit, which is the last words that she uttered alive. Her final 5 seconds of a human being alive on this planet was, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And just unfortunate that Jesus didn't rebuke Satan's angel. So we are living in precarious times. Like I said, the excitement and relief from people of all races and ethnic backgrounds and gender and sexual orientation feel now that many of them feel, yes, there's hope that we can save this country from the racism and the hatred in all of its forms, the anti-Semitism, the anti-immigrant hate, the anti-Muslim, the Islamophobia, the anti-Asian, all of it. The misogyny, the homophobia, the transphobia, all of the hate. That, you know what, that we can save this country from this dictator, wannabe dictator, and this want to basically take America back 200 years to 1825 instead of 2025. But unfortunately, that Satan's angels are still moving around. And I ain't no preacher. This is not even a sermon. This is just, we got to navigate, because you still have demons in human form that would walk around and for no good reason execute a woman in her home who he is paid by that woman and the public to serve and protect people like Sonia Massey. And whatever Sean Grayson's punk ass was feeling in that moment, it drove him to execute. You hear me? He didn't just shoot her, she was executed. Shot center mass in her head. And then he had the nerve to go out and say to other officers, the bitch was crazy. For what? What was crazy about her? Because she called the police? Because your ass is paid to protect her? And she thought she heard a prowler near her house? And that made her crazy? And for you to call her a bitch after you execute her? Unarmed? Because somehow you were afraid that she was going to. You think that she boiled a pot of water and called the police to say that she was concerned about a prowler? Like she knew who the hell you were? I almost said something else. Like she knew who the F you were? You think she had any idea what officer? Do you think if her intuition and spirit would have told her not even to call the police? Unfortunately, if her intuition would have told her what it told her seconds before she was executed, she would have never called the sheriff's deputies, because Sonia Massey would still be alive right now. And her 17-year-old son and 15-year-old daughter and her dad, who this might kill him. I just had to share this story with you guys. We got to navigate it, because there are people who don't want us. They don't want us to live among each other in peace and harmony. They don't. They want to start a civil war. There was a politician, an Ohio State senator, talking about, if Trump don't win, this was going to be a civil war. Okay, I keep telling, I'm going to say this again, for those MAGA cult members and cult leaders that continue to want to call for civil war, please understand, bullets don't have names on them. And when you put that energy out into the universe, and you don't think that energy is going to find its way back to you, okay, good luck with that, because it ain't going to end well. That energy, civil war, nobody's going to win. Nobody. Not you all. I don't give a damn how many guns you got. I don't care how many times you've gone to the gun range, how many guns you've saved. I don't care how much ammunition that you have ordered and stored somewhere in your house or in your storage bin or whatever. Stop, because you're not the only one that thinks that way, okay? There's more weapons in America than people. So stop with that. The energy you put out into the universe, into the world, is going to find its way back home to you, because it is your energy. Please understand that. Don't believe it if you don't want to, but I'm telling you, you'll find out. And unfortunately, a lot of times, I just got to be honest. Some may say fortunate, but when you put out that negative hatred, an evil, demonic, destructive, murderous energy, it might skip you. It might say, no. We know how to get you. That energy will come back to somebody you love. Maybe your daughter in her home, or your son, or your wife, or your mother, or your father. So be very, very careful when you speak horror, when you speak evil and death on other people and speak it into the world. You're basically speaking it on yourself. You're sending that energy out, that karma. It's going to find its way back to you. So be very, very, very careful. But I have to confess, I don't even know if God can help me. God forbid, I don't even want to think about it. So prayers to, first of all, rest in peace to Sister Sonia Massey. I got a daughter her age. And I'm telling you, I'm just being honest with you. This is my show, and I'm just 4 years. Tell the truth, shame the devil. I stand on the truth. Verifiable truth. Now, I can verify this truth that I'm about to speak, but I don't want to, because I I pray that I don't find myself in that position. Because if that would have been my daughter, the Geno Jones show would have been over. And I would have I'd have went dark. What do I mean when I say gone dark? Yep. Nobody would know where I'm at. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Don't even ask why. If you don't know why, but no. After seeing that video, you'll understand why I said that and why I felt that way. There was no justification. That was truly, and her dad said demonic. He used those words. I'm paraphrasing, like a demonic spirit. It's the only thing that could be inside of a so-called human that would allow them to literally, in the blink of an eye, go from here to all of a sudden that demonic spirit just took over instantly. You see it on the video. So I didn't mean to end the show that way. Shout out to everybody watching. Hey, what's happening, Black Media Show? Yes, I did. Luke, shout out to Lucas Swing, my dude. Thank you, Black Media Show. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please, please, when you're watching me live, feel free to post if you got a comment or question in my chat room. And please make sure you tell everybody that watches to leave a comment, love, like, hate, whatever. Leave your comments on the show on that episode and tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Like I said, my new goal, 1,000 new subscribers as you help me build my media company, Geno Media. So 1,000 new subscribers will qualify me to go to the next level. I'm already a YouTube partner, but I'll be able to go to that next level. Start getting them real YouTube checks, that real YouTube bag. So I thank everybody in advance for all my new subscribers. But Jabari Fields and Black Media Show, please do a brother a big favor. Please copy, paste, email the link to the show. Please post it on your pages, share it, and tag everybody you know, and tell them once again on all your platforms. I don't care what platform, from Snapchat to TikTok to Instagram to Twitter or X to Facebook. You can create a YouTube short. Feel free. You have my blessing. You can screen grab and chop up some of this monologue that I've been doing today, and make it go viral. Share it, tag it, text it, email it. Put a message in a bottle, send it carrier pigeon. I don't care how you do it. You can make it happen, please. You have my blessings and my gratitude and my request that you continue to help me build. Because it is so important, especially now, it is so important that we have more Black-owned media. Shout out to Roland Martin and everybody with Black Star Media. I shout everybody out. Shout out to what they're doing on Sirius XM Urban View Channel 126. Shout out to Karen Hunter, my Taurian, my spirit animal. We both are Tauruses. She's born in April, I'm born in May, but we still got that same energy. Absolutely love what Karen Hunter is doing. Absolutely love what my man Clay Kane is doing. And the sister that works with him, Reese Colbert. Shout out to Laree Daniels Favors, who comes on at 10 in the morning when I'm on the radio here, but I get to hear, they have an app where you can go back and listen. Just like on my show. If you miss any episode, just go to my YouTube channel and you can binge watch all my back episodes, all my great guests, from Mr. Big, Ronald Isley, to Lettucey, to Kenny Lattimore, to Howard Hewitt, and October London, and Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis, and Lenny Williams. So many new school, old school artists. As a matter of fact, there's a new artist named Lizzen that I hope to have on this week. It's got a new song with Keith Sweat, who turned 63. Happy birthday, Keith. You got to get back on the show. Shout out to my man, Keith Sweat. He did a song on his debut album way back in the day in 1988, Right and Wrong Way. Man, that was a baby maker. Woo! I got to stop. Man, boy, you talking about Trigger. Man, that song hit a trigger. Oh, my God. The names shall remain nameless. I won't even go into it to protect me, the innocent, and everybody else. Whoa, but I digress. A lot of great conversations, a lot of great guests. Shout out to Keela Carson, my number one guest co-host, Crystal Matthews, former South Carolina State Representative and author, her pen name, Nicole Spencer. Man, a fire episode last night, but please spread the word and tell everybody to subscribe, because every day I see my subscriptions grow and grow and grow. But if you don't mind, Jabari and Black Media Show, please. As a matter of fact, Black Media Show, reach out to me because I'm always looking to give other media outlets, listen, to give you all shine. Listen, we get bigger, we grow together. You see how corporately owned white media operate. You look, CNN, ABC, CBS, Fox, they got all these networks, MSNBC. So you can have more than one or two. We need multiple black media outlets, just like you got multiple white-owned media outlets. Because nobody's going to tell our story. They're not going to tell it right. They're not going to tell the truth. They already want to ban. They are banning books in South Carolina and Florida and Texas. They don't even want the history to be taught because they want to continue to perpetrate the fear, ignorance, bigotry, racism, misogyny, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, anti-Asian hate. They want to hate. I can't say it enough. I've been saying it for almost 4 years. Hate and fear and ignorance is big business. And those handful of people, billionaires, not every billionaire, but the ones who have evil in their heart, who have the evil, demonic, satanic spirit. Oh yeah, I'm saying it and I'm in it. That have the nefarious, who have a need to want to rule over people and have dominion and domain, and to pit people against each other so they can profit financially and profit in terms of maintaining and holding on to and growing their personal power. Come on, y'all. This thing is real. It's been going on for centuries. Why you think people came up with this whole made up bullshit construct, as they call it, of race? It's made up. It was made up in Europe in the late 1680s. A small handful of people wanted to expand and control. They wanted to not just maintain, but to expand the social, economic, and political power they had. And they said, okay, we're going to pit these one group of people that look a little different, they a little lighter, against this group of people because they were darker. They even did it among each other. All the wars, all the great wars in the 16, 17, 1800s were in Europe. These were white people killing other white people. They did not even call themselves white. Italy, Germany, Russia, the Netherlands, Sweden, Scotland, Greece. Come on, man, I could go on. Don't even get me started. Eastern Europe, all those smaller countries. It's not a history lesson. Listen, I've been on for an hour. Well, not an hour yet, but about 40 minutes. All right, listen, thank you for watching, everybody. Once again, shout out to Jabari. let me just read. I'm sorry, guys. I got to just lean down. I'm going to have to get a screen, like a separate teleprompter. Well, that's on teleprompter. Eye level over here. I can read the comments. It says, they don't want these problems. Don't let this Jim Crow slavery days. Black people are the most feared, and the most feared if we come together, basically. I'm paraphrasing. It'll be the last thing on earth they really want. Hey, Jabari, this is my man, Kendrick's son. But here's the thing, Jabari. Like I said, it is not, in terms, let's talk about Black Americans in closing. I said, Black Americans had never had a strong sense of revenge. Yes, we've had rebellions. We had Nat Turner, and we've had some other rebellions, but collectively, there's never been a spirit of revenge. Man, if collectively our ancestors truly, now I understand that, the rebellions were put down and folks like Nat Turner and them were murdered brutally, but if Black Americans truly had an IDGAF, I don't give a attitude, and was like, you know what? I don't give a F about dying, but what's not gonna happen, if we really had a spirit of revenge, there would be no America. Black people in America, there's no historical evidence, none. It wasn't banned in nobody's book. There's no historical evidence of Black people in America collectively having a spirit of revenge after all the Jim Crow era, the first slavery, and after the Civil War, and then they got rid of Reconstruction after about 8 years. And everything, the race massacres, the Red Summer 1919, what happened in Tulsa twice, in the Greenwood district of Tulsa, and Wilmington, North Carolina, and Rosewood, and Arkansas. It's too many places. After all that, after 4 babies, innocent little girls in the early 60s were murdered by this evil, demonic, satanic spirit of those Klan members that bombed the 11th Street Church in Birmingham, Alabama, and then they bragged about it, killing those babies while they were attending Sunday school. What type of inhumane, evil, demonic spirit must you have in your soul to do something like that to children? So the thing is, for those out there who may be watching that's afraid to think that Black people, if we get power, that we will do what your ancestors have done to us, you are not paying attention. But they didn't want you to pay attention. They want those people who are in power, who control the social, economic, and political power, that look like you, that's unmelanated, that don't have a lot of melanin and pigmentation in their skin. So if you live in Appalachia, anywhere from basically eastern Tennessee all the way up to Maine, because Appalachia, which is rural white Americans from eastern Tennessee, West Virginia, Kentucky, South Carolina, North Carolina, all the way up to, man, come on, guys. There's no historical documentation of Black Americans historically with a sense of revenge. And if you think that's what Black people in 2024 are focused on, revenge, man, what your ancestors did, we can't change that. It won't help. It won't bring back our ancestors that were lynched and raped and murdered. It won't bring back Sonia Massey, but we want you to be held accountable, Sean Grayson. If you execute an innocent, unarmed Black woman in her home because she called you as a law enforcement officer to protect her, and instead of protecting her, you executed her, we want you to be held accountable. All right, let me wrap it up. Jabari, thank you for watching, man. Do me a favor, please, copy and paste the link, and just, because I understand, look, I got a daughter that's a millennial, and I got one that's I got a daughter that's a Gen Zer and millennial. So everybody may not be into the long form, so feel free to chop this up into 60-second, 1 minute, 2 minute little clips. Heck, get them a little 30-second clip and whet their appetite, and then tell them to come check out the show, or chop up a minute or two, cut it up in little bite-sized pieces, and text it and share it and tag it and send it to my younger brothers or sisters, especially my millennials and my Gen Zers, because you have the power and you've shown it. A lot of the people who have donated money to Vice President Kamala Harris are Gen Zers in their 20s, millennials in their 30s, right around 40. Because now I hear many of you all have hope and feel optimistic and feel like, you know what? Yes, we can. But I've been telling you all along you can. But I'm glad. So let's build on that sense of, because there's a lot of work to do. And we'll be talking about that. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But part of my job is to use this platform as an entertainer, TV host, radio host, comedian, use entertainment and humor and celebrity guests that's the candy. That's to get you, this candy's good. And then you eat the candy, but after you get past the candy, then you get to the core. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize the candy was good, but I ate all the candy, but it's something underneath. That's the vitamin. That's the nugget. That's what we need to have a healthy culture and community and country. So spread the word for me, Jabari. Oh, thank you. My man said, he said, okay. And shout out Dad. Tell Dad, love and respect to Dad, Kendrick Bannister, who's been a guest, who's a partner of mine. Thank you and thank God for people like Kendrick Bannister and his queen and his entire family. So thank you, Jabari. I appreciate you watching. Spread the word. Thank you, Black Media Show. Reach out to me. If you like, why don't you come on the show and we can talk about media, since we both are in media, and kind of let everybody know how the media is going to try to do this thing, because they already started the racism on steroids and the misogyny and the sexism and about who Kamala Harris dated damn near 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Like I said, listen, y'all, Orange Hitler has been found guilty in a civil trial of sexual assault. The judge in the civil trial said that the evidence to him proved that Orange Hitler, aka Donald Trump, raped E. Jean Carroll. So as the lawyers say in legal terms, civil trial adjudicated, that means found guilty. Sexual assault, the judge in open court said he saw enough evidence that he felt that Donald Trump raped E. Jean Carroll. You got 26 credible, as they say, accusations from sexual harassment to sexual assault. A dude who's in all kind of logs with Jeffrey Epstein, who had Epstein Island with all the young underage girls. Come on, man. So if y'all really want to, if you're going to talk about people's sexual history, please come on with that energy if you want to. Because as you see, I'm ready. I am ready. I am ready for you. Oh, I'm going to give you what you don't want. And I'm going to hit you with facts and receipts. And I'm going to tell you where you can go to find it out for yourself. Now, you probably won't do that, but I digress. All right, let me get out of here. Once again, thanks, everybody. Thank you, Jabari. Black Media Show. Reach out to me. Leave me a message, Geno Jones Show. You can DM me on Instagram or DM me on X or Twitter. Geno Jones, just my name. That's how you spell it. Geno Jones Show on Instagram. In the comment section, leave me a message or some kind of contact information. Leave your comments on this episode, Black Media Show. But I know, as a matter of fact, I'm almost certain I think I know who Black Media Show is. But anyway, reach out to me. Thank you, everybody. I got to get out of here. Thanks for watching. God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab, rip the video, leave your comments in the comment section. And Jabari and Black Media Show and everybody else watching, do me a favor. Please, when the show is over immediately, do me a favor, copy and paste the link and email it and tag it and text it, or just on YouTube, you can share it. Share this entire episode. Share it on your page. Tag all of your friends, family, all your fans, all your associates. Shout out to all the Divine Nine, the Black Greeks, the 9 black sororities and fraternities in America. Shout out to them. I'm shouting all the Black Greeks. You know, tag it and text it and email it to like all your fraternity brothers, all your Soros, saying it right, Soros, all your sorority sisters, right? Feel free to tag the show, copy, paste the link, share it, post it, do all that, chop it up, make it go viral for me. So do that as soon as this episode is over, if you don't mind, if you have time. Or get some of your folks that are like social media influencers that love doing that, because I'm actually looking to hire a social media influencer or a social media manager. I'm looking at colleges, because we've got a college here, Triton Technical College, got a pretty good like media program. My alma mater, Columbia College, Chicago. So I do plan to reach out to both of those. So maybe if you know somebody, send them my way, have them contact me. Geno Jones Show, Instagram, or Geno Jones on X or Twitter, or leave me a message here on my YouTube channel. Who knows? Have a future worker, because we are definitely growing Geno Media and the show. All right, everybody, let me get out of here. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. The Geno Jones Show brought to you by CM Transportation, cmtransportationllc.net, cmtransportationllc.net. 843-606-2702, 843-606-2702. Carissa Carter shouting you out, the CEO of CM Transportation. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check out the Lexi Jones collection on IG, on Instagram, lx.n, like Nanette, CL_, lx.ncl_, and Bruce Gage, Miglio Di Mario Uomo. Also, he is one of the official wardrobe consultants and stylists for the show. Miglio Di Mario Uomo, part of the Mario Uomo collection, and I should say, Flyball the store, Negro, the officially licensed retailer for the Negro Baseball League and the Negro Baseball League Hall of Fame. Miglio Di Mario Uomo, that's an Italian name, Migliodi, Mariouomo. Flyball the store, FLYBALLTHESTORE.com. Flyball the store. Type it just the way it sounds. I'll see you live 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. Once again, don't forget, chop up some of the show, chop up some sound bites, make them go viral, post them everywhere, including create some YouTube shorts, and you can post them right here. You have my permission right here on YouTube, and I will see everybody live Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. If you came in the middle or halfway or a little more, a little less than halfway or almost toward the end, go back and binge watch all the episodes after you copy and paste the link and share the show and tag it and tag it, share it, post it, whatever you got to do, all that, copy and paste, email, and then post, share, and tag. Did I leave anyone out? I think I got them all in, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.